Christmas came early this year. Still has that new food processor smell to it. Hi and welcome back. I've got a new toy. I told you the other one broke. Been needing to get one, and the Christmas sales have started. The Black Friday sales. I am so far so good. Impressed. Basic, no frills. And we're going to go ahead and test this out with making some energy bites. I have the coconut flakes from whenever we made the candy. I also got some dates and some nuts and other assorted fruit. We're going to go ahead and mix that up. And I'm also going to go ahead and make some chai tea from scratch. I don't know what it is. I've been craving chai tea more and more lately in the afternoons. Only because I'm thinking probably because it has not ever gotten this cold in recent history this early here down in Texas. Usually it doesn't get this cold until about January, February. I did have time to pull up the peppers. I'll make that's going to be a short. That's just me repotting peppers and bringing them inside, and then processing peppers, dehydrating, cutting them up, putting them in the freezer, things of that nature. Normal everyday stuff. But let's go ahead and get started and see what we need. I did get my dates pitted. You can get them unpitted. I don't have that time. I am going to be spending some time with family this week, so this is going to be a short video. Now, I know this could be a short, but we'll try to at least stretch this out for 10 minutes. Well, I'm going to put the entire box of pitted dates in here. This is a 12-ounce box. And we'll see how well this chops. Let's get this back over here. Okay, for sweetness, I'm going to go ahead and add some diced pineapple. It's a small bag. This is 2 ounces. And for some tartness, some cranberries. Or craisins, as they call them here. I don't know what they call them where you're at, if you even have these. It's kind of like a tart raisin. Halfway between a dehydrated cherry and a raisin. And then I'm going to go ahead and add about a quarter cup of regular raisins. Oh, this is not keto. This is not diabetic. So we're making small little balls. Okay, moment of truth. First time. I'll be gentle with her. Ooh. Hey, we've formed a nice ball. It's been a while since I've used one of these. I'm going to need to thin this out just a little bit. I'm also going to need to add nuts. I've got some pecans I want to add to this. Pecans I gathered last year from my tree. and whatever the squirrels dug. Now, I don't use cow's milk. I use other milks. You can use soy, you can use, you know, oat, almond, whatever you feel comfortable with. Coconut would work in here too. I'm using hemp only because, number one, it's what I use. And it has more of a creaminess than the others. The only other one that I like is coconut, but I don't like drinking that straight. It has a feel to it that I don't like. Hemp doesn't have that feel, but it still has the creaminess. So go ahead and try some. It's not that bad. My opinion so far, it's decent. I mean, it's not over the top. It's not, for what I paid for it, it's decent. Now, you can add other things. Like I said, we got pecans. I also got some pumpkin seeds, some dried apricot if you want that. In fact, we can actually make another different type of batch using the apricots instead of the dates. So you can pretty much use any type of dried fruit as a base for this. We're also going to add about a half a cup of coconut flake. Oh, the hemp was about a quarter cup to a half a cup. And the pecans, I think that was about 2 cups of regular pecan halves. If you're using anything like almond butter or you know, peanut butter, anything, any nut butter, go ahead and put in about a half a cup because it's condensed. Okay, and there we have it. Let's go make some balls. Now, since I don't have anything like a cookie scoop, you know, the ones that has the flip on it to where it comes out nice and evenly, I use a spoon. You don't need anything fancy to make these. So let's go ahead and, I got my parchment paper ready. Let's go ahead and make a whole bunch of these, and these go into the refrigerator, preferably overnight. Now, while those cool down, I'm going to show you a chai recipe. I do make my own teas. I grow my own ingredients. But what I'm not able to grow, I will go ahead and buy. Now that those are in the fridge, let's go ahead and make some tea. Now, you don't need to put in tea bags for this. You don't need to put in any type of black tea, green tea, oolong, you name it. You can make this tea-free. Chai is basically the word for spiced. If you look at all the ingredients for everything that is chai, the 2 main ingredients is cinnamon and cloves. Everything else is pretty much an additive. So I'm definitely going to put some cinnamon and some cloves in here. I am going to make this decaffeinated. Even though I drink a lot of coffee in the morning, I can't drink past a certain time. And if I do drink caffeine at past a certain amount of time, I can't sleep. Or I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning with my eyes wide open and not knowing what to do. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'll show you the process that I do. Now this is going to be for a larger batch. I'm going to keep this in the refrigerator for whenever I want some, because I am running out of pre-made chai. This is a medium-sized pan, and we're going to add water, about a quart to a quart and a half of water. I'm going to go ahead and put this on medium heat. Okay, I do have decaffeinated bags. These are the family size bags. I'm going to put 2 of these in there. These are fairly large. They're about the size of my palm of my hand. Since I'm making a fairly large batch, it's going to take a few more spices than you would think. Let's see. Either 4 small sticks or 2 large sticks of cinnamon. And then about, I'm using whole cloves. I'm going to use a whole tablespoon. Now this is basic chai. Just the basics, nothing special about it. But you honestly think we're going to stop there? Now I am going to go ahead and add some cardamom pods. Like I said, these are the tiny ones. These are the smallest cardamom pods I've ever seen in my entire life. We're going to try to use these up. 1 tablespoon. One anise star. And these are hawthorn berries. You can get these off of Amazon, or if you have a health food store in your area, go ahead and get them dried. They're wonderful. They add a little bit of citrus to this. 1 tablespoon. Now, if you're dealing with pain, arthritis, muscle pain, soreness, you're going to want to add turmeric to this. This is homegrown turmeric. I grew this and dug this up last year. We do need to get rid of this because the turmeric that I have out there is pretty... I'm going to let it go another year. But for this, it's all dried. You really don't want to put powdered in here because you're going to drink the powder. And that texture is going to be kind of weird. But if you add turmeric to this, you're going to want to add some black pepper. I have some black peppercorns. I'm going to add about 5 black peppercorns. So 1 tablespoon, about a tablespoon of turmeric, dried turmeric, and that's crushed. That is not powdered. If you're using powdered, use a teaspoon, and 5 black peppercorns. And we're going to go ahead and bring this up to a simmer for about, because of all the spices and stuff, you'll want this to really simmer really nicely. So I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this for about 15 minutes. after it comes up to a nice soft boil. And we're going to keep this covered. And you have strings, go ahead and cut them. You don't want them hanging over your pot to catch on fire. Note to self, when cleaning sharp objects, make sure you don't cut yourself. Again, that this is nice and steeped, okay? See how dark it is? It's very nice and dark and rich. You can actually make this into a concentrate. Can the concentrate. If you want to do pints, I would recommend, if you're pressure canning it, pints, I would say 10 minutes. For processing, quarts, 15. Nothing more than that, because you're going to get a lot of siphoning. This is pretty thin stuff. I also do the same thing with my coffee, because with this being this early, cold this early, we don't know if the power grid is going to hold up or not. But let's get these tea bags out, get all the spices siphoned off, and enjoy our coffee now, or our tea. Now, if you want to, you can add some honey to this now while it's still warm, so it you know, distributes itself. Any type of sweetener, sugar, stevia, monk fruit, anything that you use would work wonders with this. Okay, and spiced tea, sweet bites. These are little holiday balls. This is something that we do every once in a while. The dates are a little bit expensive, so we don't do it often. These aren't exactly firmed up yet. They have to be overnight, but they still taste good. They're nice and sweet, very natural, all natural sugar, nothing added. If you noticed, I didn't add any honey, I didn't add any sugar, I didn't add anything. This is all dried fruits and nuts. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Oops.